This is a three-part video. In the video before this, I showed you how to make a wood flower boutonniere. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a wood flower corsage. So go ahead and lay your round felt pad out. Add glue to the back of your wood flower. This flower that I just glued down is in a ruby red color, but you can dye them in any color that you prefer. So I like to lay all of my wood flowers around in a circle on the felt pad, making sure to glue each one on and gluing them to each other so they are nice and secure. So continue to do that with each one of your wood flowers. I like to do 2 colored and 3 natural ivory. Then I like to add another wood flower to the top. You can have this colored in the ruby red, or you can go with the natural ivory that the wood comes in. And you just want to glue the one side. You do not want to glue it to the other side because we are going to be adding some dried starflower to the other side of it. So make sure you only glue it to the 2 ivory in the front there, or whichever flowers you prefer. Then I like to go ahead and add some lamb ear leaves. These are fox, these are not real. The whole corsage will last for years and years to come. And I like to do kind of 2 side by side within the flowers and then 1 on the other side, making sure that you do not glue it at the top to the top flower, but just to the 2 bottom flowers there. And then let's go ahead and add more lamb ear leaves to the bottom. I like to do 3 leaves. Make sure that they look good. They're not out too far or in too far. And you can flip it over and add them on equally there. With this corsage, it has 1 little bit larger leaf and then 2 smaller. But you could add 2 big and 1 small, or all big or all small, however you prefer. And once you have that all set, look at it at the top, make sure it's all nice and lined up. I like to scatter them so they're not exactly on the bottom of the other leaves that are at the top of the corsage. And then go ahead and add your ribbon, and I add a ribbon to the middle of each one of the leaves. Again, making sure that they are not in too far or out too far. There we go. That's what it looks like there on the back. And then we're going to add our star flower to the top of the corsage. Go ahead and make kind of like a little bouquet, but I like to push almost all of the star flower to the top there so you can really see it. And add a little hot glue to your little tiny bouquet of star flower. This is dried star flower, so it will always stay in this condition. Be careful of the hot glue there. My fingers are used to touching it, but it is very hot. If you're going to put it on right away and squeeze it with your fingers, I would wait a little bit. And then go ahead and squeeze a good amount of hot glue in the middle of the flower here, and then stick your little mini bouquet right on in. And you can add as much star flower as you'd like, or you could take some out and have it a little bit less. I like a good amount of abundance because then I'm going to add bling to the top as well, which breaks it up a bit. So go ahead and add as much as you like to the top of the corsage. And there's a little hole there, so we're going to add just a little bit more. And go ahead and check to see if any parts need to be glued down. That part's a little up for me, so we're going to glue that down, and I might add just a few little extra flowers right there to cover up any hot glue that might have come out right there. But for this one, I like to add just a little tiny flower right above the leaf. Now what you're going to want to do here, this is for the sides of the corsage. You're going to want to make 5 of these. These are, again, little tiny bouquets. So you just go ahead and grab just a tiny little bundle, add some hot glue to the ends and secure it, and do that 5 times. Once you have all 5, you're going to want to add them to the centers of the flowers and between there, and there will be 5 different holes to put them into. So squirt some hot glue in there and put those beautiful little tiny bouquets in there. Sorry, I'm a little off camera here, but it does come back down in just a second. And do that to each one of the openings. And if you're going around and you notice that the flower isn't 100% on that felt pad, just add a little bit more hot glue to it. Once you have all 5 spots filled up, then you can go ahead and flip it over here and make sure that all the leaves are fully attached and all the ribbon is fully attached on the back. Just check every single one. You want to make sure that this is fully secure and nothing's going to fall off or come unattached. Now it's time to add that bling. So this will go to on the top of the corsage. I like to put it right in the middle of the dried star flower. So you want to add a good amount of hot glue. You kind of want to imagine that the hot glue is hitting the bottom of it there and just going all the way to the top. So it is secured from the top to all the way to the bottom of the corsage there. Add some more on the back of the bling and just place it on in and hold it for quite some time to make sure it's absolutely secure on there. If you're shipping these, you want to absolutely make sure you have enough glue so it doesn't come off in the shipping process. And then go ahead and flip it over because we're going to add the stretchy diamond bracelet. Add a strip of hot glue and place that bracelet on. Make it nice and secure. Make sure it dries. Once it's on there really well, you can go ahead and take your second felt pad and add glue to half of it. Cover it up pretty well there. And then slide it in between the bracelet. Make sure it's centered as best you can. Then go ahead and glue the other side down. And just make sure this felt pad is really glued down, and you can look at the sides of the bracelet and make sure that it's not peeling up. And if it is a little bit, then add a little bit more hot glue in the sides of the felt pad. And then once it's secure, you are finished. So this is your wood flower corsage. This is going to be for prom, but you can also use these for weddings, anniversaries, all types of stuff. Thank you so much for watching.